Good evening. My name is Baso. I posted a couple videos talking about wrist strength, finger strength, and so I'm gonna get a little bit more in detail with the with the finger strengthening. There's not no one exercise that fits for everybody. I mean, fits one exercise fit everybody. There's not no one template that works for everybody. Depending on your range of motion, your strength. Well, one person can do one thing, another person can't do it. So my advice is that when you go to strengthening your fingers, try all the different exercise within means. It shouldn't hurt to do the exercise. If you get sharp pains, if it hurts, then you don't need to be doing the exercise. But before you do any of the exercise, make sure you get clearance through your doctor or your physician before you do anything. Now, I did post a couple videos, the wrist and elbow tendonitis. They all run hand in hand as far as strengthening the wrist and help to prevent tendonitis in the elbow. But this one's more specific about wrist strength or finger strength, especially people that works in the office every day, that types a lot. You get a lot of carpal tunnel and arthritis starts kicking in as well. So you see a lot of videos with different sizes. So I'm gonna go a little detail explaining why dumbbell versus something like a wooden stick differs. So let me get a dumbbell. So a dumbbell thickness of it is probably about 3/4 of an inch thick. So most people can wrap your whole fingers around it. So when it comes to grip strength and finger strength, the wider the diameter, the harder it is. So it makes it more strenuous on your grip strength. That's why I always post or do different videos. The more variations of the exercise, the better it is, the faster you can get your grip strength. So a lot of people use barbells to do finger rolls or whatever, or up and down. Your finger's used to this, for the most part, you're used to this. So you can use a stick at the house, but a mop handle or broom handle, the thickness of it, same thing. It's a little bit smaller than the diameter of a barbell. So you see the thickness is different. Another great exercise for your fingers is what they call the mace stick. But again, look at the diameter of it. So everything differs based on diameter. So the thicker the diameter, the more challenging it is for your finger and your grip strength. So I'll lay that next to that one. You see how each one gets thicker and thicker. So that's 3 options. The 4th option is here. So this one here, I would say about 1.25 inches thickness. So something like this is more challenging. So basically, if you can't touch your fingers, the wider it is, the more challenging it is for your finger grip. So if you're trying to work on your finger grip or your wrist strength, pick something that's a lot thicker in diameter. Now, the thicker it is or the thicker the diameter, the more difficult it is. So try it. You don't have to get very expensive. You can go and, if you got trees in your backyard, go get a tree limb and shave it off a little bit, make it smooth. So the bigger the tree limb, and you can keep about that length right here, or go a little bit longer. The longer it is, the harder it is. So you don't have to get very expensive. So you can go out in your backyard and get a tree limb. If you want to go get something that's already smooth, I mean, you can go to like Lowe's or Home Depot and you can go get dowel rods. Now, I don't know if they make dowel rods quite this big, but I'm sure you can get something in there in the lumber yard where they can get it this thick. So again, the thicker the diameter, the more challenging it is for your grip strength. So I'm gonna lay that next to that one. See how the diameter changes in thickness? Each one gets thicker and thicker. So the thicker it is, the more challenging it is for your wrist and your grip strength. So, but I know I've seen a lot of videos where people focus on just your whole wrist and grip strength. So now let's just talk about, I'm gonna do a video just working on each individual finger. Now, if you've seen, I post a video with the rubber bands. Now, you can use resistant bands and work on your fingers individually and do individual finger curls instead of doing all the fingers at one time. So depending on your strength, you know, I use a 10-pound kettlebell. You can go less than that. And the resistant band gives you a variable resistance, so it's always changing. So With a resistance band, you have to control it more. So you can't, the more you go faster and try to rep it out, the more tension and the more weight, more tension it gets on your fingers. So if I wanted to do individual fingers, see how I got one finger and just curl it up. Just strengthen one finger. Go down to the very low. Don't always focus on trying to do all 4 fingers or 5 fingers at the same time. So you want to strengthen each individual finger. So you go to that finger, go to the next finger. Once you get done with that, same thing, curl it up. And when you curl it, make a fist. So when you go down, make a fist. Same thing. Go to each individual finger, make a fist, curl it down. And if you have a hard time gripping it, you can wear gloves and just put gloves on and do it. It just, see how I curl it and goes up and down? And you just work on each individual finger. Now the thumb is a little bit more challenging, but at least you can curl it with the 4 fingers. See, now I'm on my pinky. So same thing. See me curl it? Now you may not start with a 10-pound kettlebell. I would start with like 2.5 pounds, work your way up to 5 pounds, then 10 pounds, just depends on your grip. So again, grip strength, try every different one, but once your body get used to one particular type of workouts, muscle memory kicks in, so you don't use or engage as much muscle trying to do that same exercise. So make sure when you're doing these exercises, change up the variation, use time over tension, use resistance bands, switch it up. I know I haven't really got into detail about how to do it, but you can use this stick 3 days a week or 2 days a week. I would say minimum 2 days a week, but change up the variation of how you do it. So if you're gonna do your finger strength, the wrist strength here, you just could take like 8 seconds to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So change up the variation, change up the tempo, how you do it, add time over tension. You don't have to go up in weight. You can just add more time over tension, and that's weight by itself. But as far as individual fingers, what I demonstrate with the kettlebell, if you don't have a kettlebell, you can take, you can use, go get you a Ziploc bag and put some sand in it and put a resistant band and just do it that way. You don't have to go out and spend a whole lot of money neither to do any of that stuff. So if you have any further questions, just reach out and leave me a comment, and as soon as I get to it, I'll answer it. But that's it. Thank you.